Okay, so we're out here in leafy Buckinghamshire again. Beautiful sunny late September day, but unfortunately we're working in the shade today. And this is Vienna. Belongs to a family who have a son with special needs, and she is his absolute rock. They just gel, they really do get on. Unfortunately, she has seedy toe, suffers quite badly with it, has done ever since I've been doing her. And I haven't actually been doing her that long. She's got it in the back, which you can just see I've already done one in the back ones, or the one in the back one. But I thought I'd leave the front one, which is the worst one, let you have a look, see how I deal with it. Now, she's trimmed every 6 weeks, believe it or not. So I don't quite know why this has got so out of hand this time. But we'll have a little look, see what we can do. Because I thought we had virtually got rid of it. She has had other issues as well. Unfortunately, she's had a bad case of laminitis, which wasn't the normal grass related. It was medical related. But anyway, that's been dealt with. But her feet have suffered a little bit for it. You can see there's quite a lot of foot on there for 6 weeks, which I can't quite understand. I know it's been summer and the grass has been good, but generally she doesn't grow that much that quickly. So I'm not quite sure what's been going on. Anyway, that's the point we've got to get out, right at the toe there. So we're just going to give her a bit of a normal trim up to start with, which even doing that these days with this blasted hand is tricky. Left hand's a bit of a passenger these days. Even trimming up a nice old pony's difficult. Anyway, trim off the excess, which, as I say, is quite a lot for her for 6 weeks. Give it a rasp up, level her off. She doesn't do any work as such. As I said at the beginning, she's like a companion pony for this young lad, and they just really get on. So just try and get out some of this muck. The sole hasn't really dropped on this foot. It's going to need a bit of a hack out, and I'll probably do that towards the end. Let's just deal with this toe. Yeah, so as I say, she doesn't really do an awful lot of work. So she doesn't wear her feet down naturally. Just cut this bit of toe off and let's have a little look. That's what we've got to get rid of, all that black nastiness. And it looks like there's 2 sort of canals running up there, which we've got to deal with. So let's take it forward first and shape it up as a normal foot, or as normal as we can. Take off the flare. As someone asked me about flares on a horse, what to do with them and why they're there, and there's no real reason for them to be there. If you've got a regular Farrier regime, you shouldn't really get flares, but they do occur naturally, but you just have to keep them in check. Obviously some horses are more prone to them than others. Some horses have very upright boxy feet that will just grow and grow and grow straight downwards and never get a flare on them, but a lot of horses, Vienna here included, if they're left for too long they'll grow some tremendous flares. Hers aren't bad, they're just pretty normal for the amount of time that she's been. So we're just going to do a basic tidy up to start with, so we know where we're starting from. And I'm just going to sort of rasp into this seedy toe, try and get rid of some of this loose stuff on the outside as much as I can before I have to get the knife in. Right, that's got the worst of it. Now we get the knife out. This is where you need a nice sharp knife, and we just got to hack away at all this detritus. There's all sorts of schools of thought of how this occurs. It's basically a bacterial condition. I'm just checking with the iPad just to make sure that you're seeing what I'm seeing, because I've done so many videos recently where I get home and try to edit it and you haven't actually filmed what I've been doing. So, but anyway, I'm going to take a shortcut, use the Dremel. Vienna's a good old girl, she doesn't mind this. Some horses absolutely freak when you turn this on, so you have to do it with a knife, but she doesn't mind at all, and it's such a time saver, it really is, and you can do a nice job with this if you're careful. Just take off. What we've got to do is remove all the dead and nasty and create a space which has no sort of overhangs or keys that the muck can get caught in. It needs to be smooth, angled, so that nothing's going to get caught in there, so it can be very easily cleaned out and kept maintained. It needs to be treated occasionally with sort of a mild astringent, either Hibby scrub or mild diluted bleach, just to try and keep it from coming back. So we've got to get to the top of these runs, take away all this black, but you've got to be very careful not to go too far through the wall, otherwise we'll end up with some blood, and I hate blood. So we've just got to be very careful to remove the outer layer and all the outer nasties. Again, just checking again that you're seeing what I'm seeing. See if we can get her set. I'll try and get the real worst of it out with the knife, and then clean up with the Dremel. You can see there's two runs, one on the left there where I am now, and then one sort of in the middle. We've got to get to the top of both of those. So I'm carving out with the knife and then tidying up with the Dremel, really. And in case you're wondering, this isn't me just coming in here and hacking away. Oh, stalled it. I have consulted the veterinary surgeon about this. We've had a meeting, we've discussed it, and we've formed a plan, and he said as I've got the Dremel, I might as well do the job. So there you go. This isn't the sort of thing you just hack at willy-nilly. There needs to be consultation with all the relevant parties, the owner, the vet, myself, so that we all know what page we're on and what we're doing to try and help her. So you can see there, I still haven't got to the top of these, so we're just going to try and get them out a bit more. I do quite a lot of these. I don't know why some horses are prone to them. I've got a couple of horses that get them every summer. Come rain or shine, doesn't matter what the weather conditions are, every summer they get, one particular horse gets them both hind feet. Doesn't seem to matter what we do. So I do this sort of, nothing as bad as this, to it every year. Come the winter, dries up and it's fine. And you'd think it'd be the other way around with the wet weather, but it's not. So I'm really nearly to the top of this one. Just tidy it up a bit more. You can see how quickly and easily this Dremel removes the excess. I'm sloping that wall sort of backwards, so there's no possibility of muck getting caught and staying in there, or for any length of time anyway. It's easy for the owner to just simply brush it out or pick it out, whatever's in there, and then get on and treat it. You can do several things, but sugar and iodine is quite a good one once it's gone, to try and harden that sort of fleshy bit up. It's not really fleshy, but it's soft. It's not flesh at all, it's just soft. It's a different type of horn. The horn is just made up in different ways, giving you hard horn and soft horn. But it's all made from the same material, the keratin, just laid out in different patterns. So yeah, sugar and iodine is quite a nice one for hardening that up, just to stop any other nasties getting in there. But so all these things need to be discussed with your vet, formulate a plan and try and stick to it. So now we're just going to try and take off any loose ends, make it look tidy. There's nothing that's going to catch, nothing that's going to trap muck. All nice and smooth edges, nothing that's going to break off if she treads on something a bit uneven. I'm not sure whether we've still got to the top of this one or not. I think we have. You can usually see when the black line runs out. I think I've got to it now, so I'm just going to tidy that bit up. For a late September, the flies are particularly bad up here. I don't quite know why. This is like 9 o'clock in the morning, and flies are driving me mad. Luckily she's standing very calmly, she's not letting them bother her. So that's just about it. We've got to the top. It's nice and clean. Got rid of all the muck. Let's go down and have a quick look. There you go. Now, you wouldn't really want to go much higher than that. I guess if the infection's gone that up high, you have to, but then I would consult the vet. But for now, that's going to hopefully keep Vienna a little bit happier, so that her and her young man can continue to thrive. So there you go, that's my treatment of a seedy toe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.